Okay. That's what we want up here first. So if you're new to this, episode 4, um, this is all stemming from this group here, Sierra Interactive Real Estate SEO Mastermind Group, a group that needs to grow. Let's bring in some more members, even if you're not with Sierra. Let's get some more activity going. I don't want to be the only one to answer. I like if other people give their input, thoughts. I think SEO isn't a science at all. And don't want to encourage anything black hat, but like if you're seeing stuff that's like good natured, good willed, and in that gray area space, like let's chat about it. Let's share ideas. Let's, effective, good ways to actually, build your site, the content that's hitting, that's working, collaborative content. That's a big thing we should be doing and will be doing in the future. So yeah, let's get some people active in here. I think that like it's tough for me to do it all, like not do it all, but to be in there and pumping it. If get some more people in here, maybe someone else wants to do an SEO audit on another site here, or do one on one that I've already done, and give your take on it, and let's really start helping people. And then like I'm going to start tracking this, but I hope to see, if some of these people are doing their like taking some of this feedback and then tracking it themselves and then sharing those wins down the road. So anyways, I put that post out the other day. Drop your link, and had 5 people reach out saying they'd like to do it. One was Linda, final one here of the 4 that I said we're doing. I'm going to do the other one though as well. But Linda Ginsburg in Naples as well. I think I already did in Naples. I think it was Naples or Jupiter, Florida, or I don't know. It's probably all similar area there. And her website is homesanddocs.com, which I like. That's a good, sorry, I keep bumping into that link there. That's a competitor I was just looking up. Sierra's site as well. This is what I'm looking at. Just a nice site. I like the domain. Good look. You got your build outs already going. Active on the blog. So I'm going to take a look at some of the pages she's created, give some feedback on them, some technical SEO stuff. And then I think we might even do some site crawling on another video of these. I'll revisit it and just see if there's like audits I can provide that give some crawls or whatever, but down the road kind of thing. So for now, let's pull up some pages here. So these are her community pages. They're looking good. Like here, we've got good SEO structure on it. We've got, tag that what we're trying to rank for. And then she's got a bunch of H2 tags that support it really well. I think I like this structure overall. Really rock solid. And then, I'm not a big fan of conclusion. I think I personally, and I've even had it in some, but my mindset is like conclusion kind of reads like you prompted, and I'm not saying this is AI. I haven't read any of it, but I'm saying it kind of reads like you prompted, like, how do I write a blog? And then the output is, and end it with a conclusion. But like, what are you concluding in here about, So like, just for like even viewership purposes, I'd change that part out. And that might be weird advice, but, just something I'd say to think about. I like this. I mean, honestly, if you could add a video to this, I think that'd be a really great addition. Okay, went down a bit of a rabbit hole. I think I'll be going down a few on yours, but we'll just see how this goes. So first off, just looking at this one here, the Aqualane Shores. These are the keywords that you organically rank for on that page, which had good SEO and looked like a pretty solid page. You're not ranking though, like great. Like, and I have sites like this where I'm just sitting in these areas where you're ranked, but you're not hitting where you want to be. And if I'm looking at this word specifically, Aqualane Shores, homes for sale, few things to notice. Like, this is your competitors, so these guys do have some pretty high domain ratings, which means you do have some competition. So in order for you to start competing in this area, you're gonna probably want to be in that kind of space. There are the odd ones, right? And so like one like this, should stand out to you a little bit and stand out to people watching this. And we'll look into this why a bit deeper. But like, you've got all these monster sites on there, the lowest being Shannon.com, which I think is a hilarious name. Like, just look at this. Shannon LaFave just nailed her name.com. What a great, kudos to you, Shannon. Honestly, kudos to you. You're Naples smart girl. I don't know what she paid for the domain, but I love that. I'm a big exact match domain fan, but getting your own name like that and then having it rank like that is pretty sweet as well, especially in the .com space, where it's a lot more competitive. So anyways, Shannon's on there. She has one of the lower domain ratings, and she has one backlink though, right? So that pops her in there. And I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but like there's probably a reason why the 37 domain rating site is beating the 90s, all these other big guys, right? It's beating Trulia, it's beating Sotheby's, right? Because it has 40 backlinks from 4 domains, with the top keyword being the Aqualane Shores, right? I actually didn't see the other domains on there. This is the one I saw, which was Luxury Naples. So this is realtyofnaples.com. This is the one that's got the rating there. These are the backlinks from it. So luxuryofnaples.com on all of this. This is something that's interesting. I don't know how this system's set up, but I will say, like, in our market, you can set marketing links, and that can effectively get you backlinks on your competitors' sites, right? And in a, just depending on what content you're hosting, right? But in the same way that happens, this might be a strategy even where, so this is the site, Realty of Naples. They kind of look like they might be owned even. It looks like the logo is actually similar, unless there's a caching issue on my things. So let me just see here. Is it Ameritrade as well? Amerivest. Okay, so these guys are potentially a single company with 2 domains that are working. They're working together, however it is. But you can see here when I highlight over that, realtyofnaples.com is linked on it, on these Aqualane Shores homes for sale. So they're pumping that juice back that way, which is then likely the reason why you're seeing that keyword. I'm just going to try and clean up my thing here. You're seeing that keyword pop there. And if I look at these 2 sites here, they're actually really interesting. I'm going to jump over to this one first. And so, sorry, if we pop back here, I think I might have jumped a little bit, but if we look at the word Aqualane Shores homes for sale, and we saw this one has 40 backlinks, and I think it's just the one domain, doesn't really matter. But this is the site we're looking at, this page or whatever, right? Where it's drawing that. These are the backlinks that are pumping to it. This is the site, the Luxury of Naples. These are the links that go to that page. So it's not like that's a heavily cited page. It's got, some weird backlinks. One's broken, the one below. This is, take your best guess what this might be, but like, it's a weird one, right? So if it's a strategy of SEO, right? The way it's looking is probably this is a backlink they get and acquire, right? To give authority to this page, luxuryofnaples.com. And then that page then pumps back to realtyofnaples.com. And if we just strip down to Realty of Naples, you can see this site, great site, right? And I think that's where one strategy, agents who are just starting out in SEO or who are going through it for a while, it's tough to, build up a bunch of domain authority on one. Whereas like potentially you might be able to build up authority on a few sites and then leverage them by putting good content on each one and then linking between them in that, right? Or linking things like the listing here. So it's like legitimate ways where you're interlinking these sites and creating, and like some of them you might segment. So like I might, for me, I like the idea of segmenting a site that has like a luxury presence. I think that's important in your market. If you have a luxury presence and you can get a good luxury domain, take advantage of that, and have a luxury presence, because like there's a lot of opportunity and a high ROI on that, right? Um, if I look at your competitor here, Realty of Naples, and I hope anyone watching this too, like if you're thinking about like SEO, um, there's a lot of on-page SEO work you can do, but a lot of it is also looking at like what your competitors are doing, what's changed for them, where they're seeing like action and results, right? And you can even see here in Ahrefs like where things happen, and then you can have a timeline on that, right? So, if sites like here, you can see core update 2021, and then they got hammered, right? And that is not an indication of a bad, bad company or bad like intent or anything like that. You can pay an SEO company thinking they're going to be doing great work for you, but on the back end they're doing bad, or not great work for you, right? So, just part of it, right? This is the Luxury Naples site. You can see, and actually, sorry, before I jump off this one, let's take a look. Okay, yeah, those are the organic keywords. Let's see what they rank for. So they got a lot of number one keywords. And if you don't have pages like this is a great place to start. These are just, I love these. Tails Park, Naples real estate. I don't know. This sounds like probably a more micro area. Pelican Marsh, Mockingbird Crossing. These could even potentially be condos. I think I saw maybe one on here. Glen Eagle condos. I'm a huge fan of creating pages for things like condos specifically, or, postal codes if you can, or whatever your platform is, like creating something that's based on that search criteria, because people do search for that, and you're building that authority through mass volume of keywords, which I think will overall help you then hit the bigger ones that you want to aim for, right? So let's look at some volume keywords here and just see if they got anything on that front, because they do have a lot of keywords. 14,000. So over 500. Realty of Naples. It's a great one. I wonder why. I wonder why they are ranked number one for that. Is it A, because they have done an incredible job, impeccable, and they're better than anyone else at the term Realty of Naples, or B, that's an exact match domain, and I don't care what anyone says. I'm a firm believer that there is value in buying a domain, and honestly, there kind of should be in some way. I know that like that might be capitalistic or whatever, but if you own a domain and it's you've had it for a while, and you got it and you've owned it and maintained it and you've been putting work on it, it should help a little bit. I don't think there's, and it shouldn't be punished, but I kind of, to me, I like it, unless I'm looking for a brand or something like that, right? Okay, so then they've got Valencia Trails, Naples Real Estate, Island Walk. A lot of just, these are like Gray Oaks Homes here. This one's, I'm going to just look at one thing on yours. Okay, so I just went and looked at your sitemap. If anyone doesn't know what that is or what this does, and I'm actually going to do some shorter courses on like simple SEO things like submitting your sitemap, all that. A lot of juice in that. But a sitemap basically is something where the robots, which is like Google's servers, basically crawl your website, read the data, understand the data, and then structure it into their search engines. And so this XML file here, it doesn't have to have all things on it, but if it gives it a good way to understand how your site's structured, how to crawl, etc., there's a lot of strategy in SEO. Anyways, I looked up Oak on there without getting too off point here. Didn't find anything. Looked up Oak further on it. Gray Oaks is a golf and country club. So, that's where I actually talked about this in the past videos. This is a great example of it. These guys put together a page that covers a necessity of um, a place, right? A landmark, whatever it is. And look, Shannon's in there as well. So look, for sure, Gray Oaks Country Club should be the one that ranks number one. But what are these guys all doing? They're offering probably good info on it. And that's probably like the next after the country club, maybe another golf site, whatever. If I'm a search engine like designer, I'd want it to probably be real estate because a lot of people are looking at that, especially if there's good information about it, good intel, and then maybe like next door is a good one, right? Um, but anyways, or look, sorry, Naples Golf Guy is number two. Um, Number four is Realty of Naples. But anyways, that's a great spot, and that's it's funny actually. Yeah, sorry, I getting cross-eyed here a little bit, but those are great links to want to have in the beginning, and that's how you should understand SEO. Like trying to think of how do you fit in with these, right? Now you've got a page. Let's see how Shannon did on her page. If you haven't seen this, I'll just pause for a sec. SEO Meta in one click. It's a Chrome extension. It's fantastic. Punch that. It gives you just a quick overview of what's going on here. You can read everything. Even this is important to have in there, right? Look at what they're writing on there. Gray Oaks Real Estate Resource. And I like this. I think this is the right way to go. Just H1 tag is just Gray Oaks. You want to just be going for that. Not Gray Oaks Real Estate, not Gray Oaks Homes for Sale, Gray Oaks. You want to, right? And then let's talk about real estate. And then let's talk about that. Let's talk about a map about it. Let's talk about the popular communities. Let's give some info on there, right? How do you get a bit better than this page? Answer some questions, maybe, right? You got beach amenities. That's a good one. About, and also like a lot of good sites are going to Gray Oaks condos, Gray Oaks villas, right? So if you're doing a really good site, you're now interlinking into pages that are on your site. And that's where I think there is some value of building out, community pages or whatever that have that different variation. You don't want to do too much, I don't think, but there is, at least a couple so you can have that good interlinking on there. So without getting, too deep into this, just looking at some of these keywords, I would take a look at this and use this kind of as a blueprint for yourself to say like, hey, what are some of these pages I don't have that I can start creating? And if you don't have them, like what are the opportunities there? And are there any that you really want to target, right? But like if you don't have those country club type pages, I'm creating those right off the hop, getting them all up there, and trying to get those going because like, they seem like they're ranking pretty easily. Let's see what they got going on for the SERPs here. So look, Naples Golf Guy. He's got, but he's just his content's probably really on point, right? And then he doesn't have to have this crazy authority to have a very high domain rating. What he has to have is local sites probably or golf sites talking about this guy and interlinking about his whatever, right? And then he's becoming the authority on there because he's got golf, he's on point, on topic, all that, right? It's only a 682 word article. Like it's probably nothing crazy on there. And what else does he have? Backlinks, right? First Realty one on there. You got 2 backlinks. And then Realty of Naples, 30 backlinks, right? So they're on their top 5. And if we look at what their backlinks are, it's themselves again, right? Pumping each other there. Realty to luxury. And that would be an interesting one to look at. Trevor Pizza Time. Homes for sale in Pelican. Let's take a look at that one. So right now, when I'm looking at the backlinks on their thing, it's basically that, again, that site Luxury Naples. And if you're not noticing here, it's going to be, I think, a common pattern. It's probably going to be some, nothing. This one's a nothing. Who knows why that one's like that? Not saying it's garbage things, right? But and they may have nothing to do with it, but it's literally, I think they're getting a lot of that off that, right? When I look deeper at Realty of Naples backlink profile and just doing a 45 plus do follow thing, there's that active rain again, right? See that a lot. They got a realtor.com. If you're able to look at this, if you guys don't have a realtor.com backlink coming back to you from a do follow, look at how they did that, right? So this is, and I think I've seen her a couple times, so I'm going to guess she's the rock and roller of this team here, and group leader, right? So she is pumping out, is this just a realtor.com profile? Looks like it. So this might be something, I don't know your guys's, look, this just looks like it's a page on there. So there's a good chance you could probably have the same backlink. We'll check it out. But if you don't, get on the same page with that, right? This is what she's linking for. So just to give you guys an idea on this one, her backlink is, and so look at this. The anchor is important. And what the anchor is what the words are that then link to your site. So if this said, Cody is an awful SEO auditor, and then it linked to my YouTube page, and then someone tried to Google awful SEO auditors, that might be a way to, make your page come to the top, right? And so it may or may not be strategic, but she's got two links on here, amerivest.realestate and then realtynaples.com. I bet you this one might come up as well. But regardless, this one here, if you're creating it, you might want to think about, what does this really high domain rating from realtor.com, what's the anchor going to be for that? And for you, it may not be what you think it is, because I've talked to this, I've said this in the past few videos, and I keep saying this, but you don't always have to hit the home run. It doesn't have to be, this one is a branded one. You might want to, it may be the luxury, who knows, but think about what it is that you want to target, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the home run one, right? I don't want to niche it too much, but maybe it's a branded one, maybe it's, but don't always try to hit that home run, and don't ever make it look, if you've got 5 of those, if you uncover 5 of these through some of the backlink work and whatever, don't just put luxury realty in Naples or Naples luxury real estate, and then Google sees 4 random links linking the same words about your site. Just doesn't seem organic, right? You're not going to build trust on that, right? And I mean, again, you don't know how Google works, but a lot of this here, Harvard Classified, I don't know what this is, but this looks like a blog site that you pay to play type thing. Again, not saying they did, but just that's what exists out there. A lot of active rain. And this is are they just writing blogs on here? This looks like, So I think maybe what they're doing as a strategy here is creating a MLS page on every, Elena, look, there she goes. Doing it up until June. So Elena, creating blog posts, it looks like, and look at the titles: Cascades at Estero, Florida homes for sale; Vanderbilt Beach, Naples, Florida condo for sale. So you see she's putting in a keyword in there, Valencia Trails, right? That's probably the H1 on there, right? And then cool. She's getting even content, comments on there, right? And then I'm sure there is a backlink on most of these. Look, Valencia Trails, Naples homes for sale. So she's leveraging the H1, the tag, it's in there as well. Valencia homes for sale, right? And then boom, this goes back to her, realtynaples.com. So that's the one, they care about, right? I know we focus a lot on this, but these are the competitors where if you're really serious about SEO, these are the people that you want to compete against and start looking at what are they doing? How are they doing it? If Shannon, shout out Shannon.com. If she's watching this, she's going, okay, now I'm going to go after, as well, Realty in Naples. Sorry. I'm creating a target on just Realty Naples. So let's jump off that. Let's get off the luxury of Naples. And let's get more into some other stuff here. But yeah, without going too deep into someone else's thing, you just can see that like they're putting in effort in SEO work. And so now you can start looking at what they're doing, where they're seeing success, and then deciding how can you create something similar. And I think the juice really is coming into not always aiming for the home run, but aiming for, the aqua lanes, the whatever, right? And so, work it back, look at some of your pages, look at some of the content you're creating. These are good pages. I like adding pictures. I've said that. I might have more content. Like I mean, I would, if you really want to, like, this is one, Park Shore, add content, write about it. This is the generic one. The more you can make your site unique across the board, the more pages that start ranking, the more Google starts trusting you more, right? Same here, and actually here, let's do this. I hope I found another one. Park Shore. Okay, let's go back to that. Actually, this will be a good test here. Let's see how Park Shore does. Because I think I had Park Shore Realtor. Okay, so let's just try this here. Park Shore. You rank for one keyword on this Park Shore Realtor. Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is where we are. Park Shore Realtor. You're position 66, so like nothing on that one. Now let's take a look at one of the ones where you've done not boat slips, but vineyards. I think there may have been a different one. Okay, sorry. Aqualane Shores. Well, we looked at that one. Let's go. That one isn't. Just trying to pull up one where you've put more work onto it and have written content on it. Okay. So now let's just look randomly on this one, comparing to one where we know there's nothing on there. So you're sitting on 10 keywords on there. Beach walks Naples, beach walks home for sale. I'm sure realtor maybe is it in there. No, but you could probably rank for that one, right? So then you look at these, like what's the one you want to rank for? Beach walks homes for sale. You're even starting like beach walks Naples, Florida. You're at least starting even with a better position on all these, and all of these keywords here have potential to rank. So now if I'm looking at this is a good one, but like, why is this one like that? I think it's just because you simply have content on there. So now a small test might be add some more content on there and fire out something that might, like, I have not hit this great yet, but take it into ChatGPT and say, what are some questions people moving to this area would ask? And then answer those questions from your own words. Like you can see here that it is going up to in search, right? So it's probably emerging, whatever. And like, look, if you can get a couple backlinks from, places that I've talked about in the past or whatever, backlinks without getting too deep into it. But if you can get some backlinks that are talking about your pages specifically on there for these beach walk, for this beach walks keyword, there's a good chance then you're sitting up in that top 10 space at least, right? You've got some sites here with no domain rating, right? No backlinks, and it's probably just like a, Homes Jacksonville. It's a good domain. Bex Realty, I think I've seen a lot on there. They I think just probably rank for a lot of keywords. Obviously realtor.com, Zillow, right? Yeah. So, right off the hop, any pages that you do actually want to start ranking for, um, start copying this, like get this across, get your stuff in there, add some videos if you have them, add some pictures in there, and then start trying to drive some backlinks into them. Let's take a look at this page. This page, you're ranking for 24 keywords, highest volume, boathouse, liveaboard, Marco. And I just want to see sort of what are we trying to hit on this one. Marinas in Naples. Finding a perfect marina. So what I'm going to then look at is marinas. Sorry. Marinas in. Yeah. So marinas in Naples, Florida. Pretty low volume keyword. I might, in general, restructure a page like this and like think about. Sorry, I gotta close that. I might think about what do I actually want to target on here. I'm a bigger fan of having H2 tags versus H3 like that. So personally, if it's me, well, I don't know. Actually, you kind of did it. Wet slip marinas. See current listings. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of H3, but it does kind of fall under that one. So it's technically, good structure on it. I might just to see, if your rankings can go up, test it where you maybe test the two H1 tags and put those as H1 tags and then drop these as H2 tags and hit me back up and we can look at where that page goes in a month if that's something you might want to test. Pages like Park Shore, this is good. Like this is pages like this I like. I might local place of worship. Sorry, I'm just thinking how you could leverage this a bit better. I think, yeah, I'm going to skip on that one. Dog parks. Yeah, I think these are some good pages even. Like, and these are like, I like the idea of these is like, you're just getting some pages that's going to drive up more keyword traffic for you. On your blogs, I don't know if I said this. I think actually, because I started recording once and then I stopped and then I went back. So I'm just going to cover this again if I didn't. I did notice on a bunch of your blogs, you're having a lot of very similar H1 tags. I think this is an issue that, not saying Sierra should train on, but should look at and maybe make it more clear for people. But it seems like everybody's blog I've hit has had this. And maybe everybody's team 2H2 H1 tags. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that wrong. But I have seen it quite a bit. And I if you go with two H1 tags, it is what it is. But I would make sure, like here, you're good that there are at least different ones on there. But I did see other ones that weren't. This content I think is great. Old Naples Seaport liveaboard boat slip for sale. Is written great. I don't know how I feel about these pages because I don't know what kind of keywords they're going to rank for, and is it more, are you creating them for just when the listing comes up, and then maybe I don't know for sure if this would be a good strategy, but this is something we could look into further as a group. Is would you want to then maybe deprecate that page 301, redirect it, and send it to a page that actually has that content that's relevant to it, so that in the future that's getting the SEO juice versus sending it to or just leaving it up and then having a page like this where you're kind of hitting keywords like Old Naples Seaport or live aboard boat slip for sale, which you may already rank for that on a different, you know, so look, you do rank for that keyword. So let's try this. If you're up for it, how do I go back to that far? Let's say this. I think I lost. Oh, did I get that? Okay, yeah. So this page right here, I guess you just put this one up, so it's not a great one. Liveaboard. Sorry, I thought this was an actual listing page. I said this on the other one. I might put these as just. Oh no, this is available. Okay. I don't know. My only concern about pages like that is like you are already ranking for that keyword. Live aboard boat slip for sale on your other one. Are you linking to that one? And then you're linking to not that. So like maybe try linking at least to that page. I think that'd be a good way to go about this to start. Is this page you want to link to this page? Because this page and this page I'd want to get down. What are you trying to go after? Okay, well, there's two things to fix right there. And then are you going after the keyword wet and dry boat slips? Wet boat slips, dry boat slips. Because this one is ranking for the live aboard boat slip for sale. So I don't know why that. Yeah, I'm not sure why this one is ranking over, or why this one is on there for that. Well, let's see. I guess maybe this could be the answer. You've got to, yeah, that probably is it. Is like you've got a blog linking to you. Answer my own question, I guess. You got a blog linking to you from Naples, Florida, saying available Naples boat slips, and I'm guessing that that's putting that together, where it's saying, hey, this is a page about, and look, boat slips for sale. So I guess like if I'm you, I'm looking at this page going like, what are you targeting? You've got traction on this, not on any of these keywords, but you do have some traction on, and let's see, what's the value of these keywords? So this keyword here, did I lose that? It's saying around 60 search volume. I don't know how accurate that is, but let's just, this, I don't think, I don't think that's going to get as much of a action on it. So I might try and switch it to something more, or something even more like action on it. Like, I don't want to get too deep on that. And off, we're already hitting, I've had to stop this 3 times. So I feel like we're hitting over 30 minutes. I'm trying to keep it not too long. But I would just look at that page and potentially try and get it to being more intentional. And then pages like this, when you're creating them, think about the interlinking. And then I'm, very hesitant on linking to pages like this, because this page will likely cease and, once this property sold, and then what, right? Then what happens after that? That's the tough part, right? This is a gone page. You're linking to that. And then what's the value on your blog page now that this sits here, right? I think I just popped this one up to look at it. Yeah. So this one where you're hitting that double, and so let's see if you even just fix that, where you maybe go to H1 tags, And so you've got 2 organic keywords that you're ranking for on this: realtor characteristics and qualities of a good realtor, pretty high up. So maybe leverage those 2 keywords right there as your path for what should your H1 tags be, and maybe make a variant of them, right? So if you're going to have 2, switch that over or make it just one H1 one tag. But for sure, think about what you already are ranking for. Maybe adjust your article to address that, right? What do we got here? New construction, double H1 or 2 tags. At least there's variation there. New construction opportunities. I think they're still pretty similar, so I'd want to change them. I like this. You're linking onto other stuff, but I don't like this. Sorry, I lied, because I bet you have a sky sale community page. Maybe not. I'd say this: what is sky sale, and why don't you have a page for it? I saw another one on here, I think on yours, that I really liked, where it was like Airbnb properties or something like that, but then it went to a listing page like that, and those pages aren't going to rank. Like, this is not a page that's going to do very well for you. What is this page? Even if you index this page, what is it really? What is Google's value for putting this page on for you? It's probably not. I don't see these pages ever ranking. So if you're linking to Sky Sale, if you're linking to Opus Stone, if you're linking here, these, so look on Gulf Shore, Ritz Carlton. I think you just need to make pages for these. That's going to be way more valuable. And then, and if that's a condo building, or is a luxury condominium tower, like, create that page. That's a great one, right? Like, Aura at Metropolitan Naples. Let's see what that keyword is. It's not crazy volume, but people that I've seen that care about SEO are showing up in this list, right? John R. Wood was on another one I saw earlier. The guy's got a high domain rating. The Aura Metropolitan, right? Metropolitan Naples, luxury high rise. Is this just a site dedicated to it? Yep. So exact match, right? But like, this is probably a condo specific. This one I said, like, if you're going to create multiple websites, like, you have a luxury site, you have a your base site, like your branded site, you have a condo site, right? And you might think, like, why would I want to have all these, right? But if you make a site specific about condo buildings in your area, see, I know Sierra's probably going like, yes, sales, right? But I mean, realistically, can you create that site? Can you create all the condos in your area? 10 hire a VA to do it, whatever it is, create the content for it. Can you rank those pages? Can you build some backlinks on them? If in 3 years you can do that, and you're paying, $6,000 a year for your site, we'll say, somewhere in there, you're trying to just turn out one lead over 3 years, with some SEO effort. It seems like you could get a good ROI on that. And I suspect that the more I've had sites rank with minimal effort, but like exact match domains, right? If you're really strategic about it, you might be able to pick up a really good domain, get into that niche space, and then start using because like a lot of the tough part is creating content that's going to be worthwhile for people to go on. If I create a website called naplescondos.com and I don't have an IDX feed and I don't have all this interlinking and all that, I then essentially have a WordPress site, and I got to build that site, and I got to do all that work in it. The power behind these sites is a lot of that is already done for you. It's ready to go. So now you just have to, they're the vessel. You got to use that vessel, get on and build out on it, right? And you've done some of that, right? So you've got these pages here, but there's a big difference. This is a page, and I don't have it here, but I know there was some before that had like pages that were to the searches, like the other one, those are the only ones where I'm going, I would try and change those, just because you'll be able to. I think it's like when I think about niche categories, the golf course, the Airbnb, those are searches that I'm going to actually want to put on there, because when people travel to your area, that's what they're thinking about. And if they're going to purchase, they're going to be the ones wanting to go to you. And it's not even necessarily that you're trying to convert those people. It's you want those people searching up stuff, landing on your site, reading about what you're doing, and giving those metrics and those signals, right? That's why you're writing that content. So then it supports all the other efforts you're doing. And this I like this is this, and sorry, I was actually just going through this. This isn't even your site. But this is the Naples. They built out, I bet you these guys have a different, website as well, but they've got you know what, maybe not. They're the Naples Condo Boutique team, right? But like, I like this, a niche, a whole site dedicated to a niche, right? Because there's, in some markets, there's a ton of space in those niches. And you say niche, but it might actually be, the primary market there, right? Okay, a couple more, and then I'm going to wrap this up. I think you're actually the longest one. I thought yours was going to be the shortest, and here we are. So harder to work rank for, search volume is 150. You've got, your bigger players coming in here. So these are ones where it's like, think about it. Do you want to try and rank for these, or is there more value in the other ones you're doing? Or trying to micro rank for, like, it's like, if you want to rank for new construction, why, right? To get the new construction landing page, or is it because you want people who are looking at these things? And is there more value in you building out these pages, right? I'd have pages for all these. I know I've already gone there, but I think I like all your blogs, try and add some images in there. Another thing when you're doing the images as well, is make sure that the images aren't too big. Google likes a fast loading page. I know that Sierra is really good with, page size, or their speed and their hosting, and this is a good, like, this is only 20 kilobytes. The smaller the page, the faster it loads, the better for mobile, all that kind of stuff. So, think about that. Don't go and put in like a bunch of high res images on there. That's going to take forever on mobile to load, because Google will not like that. And you can use Google's Lighthouse extension as well to, give you an idea if your pages are loading too slow, if there's some, adjustments that need to be made. This looks like a good page. 10 reasons why you should hire a buyer's agent. And this will be one more we'll go through here. Just want to see where you land on this one. Why hire a buyer's agent? So, you are ranking on some stuff for that. And so then I might say, oops, look at your competitors again, see what, this is pretty far reaching, right? NerdWallet, like, these are some pretty big people that you'd have to go up against. So do you want to potentially alter an article like that and make it more, because, like, broadly speaking, I don't like writing something that's like 10 reasons why you should hire a buyer's agent in Naples, Florida. I think there's probably more value in that, than trying to compete in just reasons why you should hire a buyer's agent, unless you've got a really good site with a good SEO, or unless you're just writing this to try and like put content out for clients. But if it's an SEO purpose, I might spend time being like, writing an article that's more compelling, like, and unique. What are, 5 reasons why you should pick a Naples realtor, blah, blah, blah. And, like, give unique reasons and give something that's going to actually compel people to read. That's stories, like anecdotes, right? Like share stuff that people are going to read in, um, and get in depth on, right? Like if it's, if there's a partnership you've had and they've helped save someone not buying a property because they, knew that the condo board or strata, I don't know what you guys call it, was really, poorly done or whatever. And you write all that about that. You don't have to name names, but put this story together. People are going to want to read that. And then potentially you might also get people wanting to share that article or share, especially if it's like, think about it, like, I don't want you to write clickbait, but like if something's somewhat shocking, right, then another person writing an article is more likely to link back to that, being like, oh, the worst things that can happen if you don't work with a realtor. You are more likely to get linked to that from someone randomly than 10 reasons why you should hire a buyer's agent, right? And if I put that one into just Google myself, there's a lot of frickin' people that have written that article. Like, you're literally competing against people writing it on LinkedIn. You probably actually have more value writing it on LinkedIn and then linking it to your site, as a post like that, potentially, or trying to get that article. That would be way more better. I spoke about this on the last one. Like, you can write for NAR. So, if you can get on there and say, hey, I want to write a piece for you guys, and they get on there, or another place you can guest post, that's more valuable for you. Having a thing that talks about that on another site, so if I'm able to guest post on another site, that's more valuable there than linking back to you, than it is on your site, I'd say. Right. I like this, that you did this. Came in Naples new construction home for sale. Um, maybe someone can chime in on this. If people are listening, I feel like this one's so long. So if people are listening, it's shout out to you. Yeah, if you're into SEO, I'd be listening to this while I work. I can multitask, work and listen at the same time. So I would be doing that. If you're doing a page like this, I'm going to do it as a page, not as a blog post. Personally, I think there's more value in that. Just the look, the layouts, all that. What are you linking to? Naples floor plans. Yeah, I would look at link structure as well, and just kind of, I don't know why this is broken. That's just a broken image. Address that. You want to see more variation, I think, if you are doubling it up, or just go to one. And then, again, when you're writing stuff or creating these pages, I'm a fan of like, creating that static page, and then interlinking to your other pages if they aren't already interlinked in there. And then writing stuff that's just a bit more, compelling, right? I don't mind that. I might even put a bit of this like shockness, like something in there that's going to make people want to read that. Cause at first it just sounds generic, be represented by a realtor, right? Well, what if you're writing something that's more like, don't be without representation, read why, or like, and then, I wouldn't put read why, but like, and then you're going to put in there, right? Like, compel people to want to read, especially towards the end of that. Um, but that's the kind of content like that is actually going to be more compelling for people, right? And then what is your value, right? What's your value? What's the, without selling yourself, kind of thing. And then the other thing I'm going to do is like, if you have some of these where, if you do find that these might, knowing your content that you've posted, if you think these might, so this one here, like, this is actually a good one, right? I bet you this one is a good keyword. Hmm. Dry boat storage. Okay. So I don't know, the facilities or something. It's not going to be a search that there's tons of people looking for, but if you can be the resource, hideout storage, mid-grade stuff, where were you ranking there? Let's take a look back. So you're in the 30s. If you had a higher ranking site like a domain authority, then you're ranking in the top on these, right? And so that's a great article. I like that. So then it's like because you're offering value to it, maybe put a video on there just explaining it. And then I'd also consider. I've had a really good success doing like listing the companies on there, right? And now think about this strategy, right? You list. Let's go back to this one. You list the best storage companies. You go through it, take the time to see who's good. And let's say it's not these guys, but let's say it's these guys, and these guys. And you list them on there. And then you go back to them and say, hey guys, I listed you on there. And also I found on your website, there's a great spot where you guys talk about homes for sale. I'd love it if you guys could backlink to me, right? Right. And, or they like down the road, they may just do it. Right. But that's goodwill regardless. They might shout you out on social media. Like there's, you could put a piece together being like, these are the top places, then just tag them and then link your blog. So if I'm going to my content here, okay. So best golf courses, that's not gonna, right. I have a blog that goes to repyc.ca/golfing, which leads to a blog, which then has the best golf courses on there. And then potentially, and in there, I might tag some of the golf courses locally, right? And then on the blog, I might have info on there, hoping that that's generating some, right? And no, so maybe someone who writes a family blog will then be like, here's some of the best golf courses as rated by these guys. So now I got backlinks from them, potentially. I got backlinks from them. And all I've done is just put a little bit more info on here, right? So, you've kind of put all the intel on there. Now give people some options, right? Include their ratings, include some of their rankings, their ratings. And then you're getting, some potential equity that way. Yeah, I think that's a good start. And I'd like to see if you do some follow-up on this, potentially make some changes, and then we can kind of take it from there. Yeah. And anyone else kind of following along, if you're still in this, kudos, shout out to you. You're amazing. I think the next one I'm going to do, I got one more on here I'm going to do in the next couple days. And then I'm going to do a call out, see if anyone else is interested. And then I might just start doing some other SEO audits randomly on other sites, just blurring out, just kind of looking at like what other people are doing in different markets, as well as I'm just going to be banging out tons of technical content. So at Calgary Real Estate Agent on Instagram or on YouTube here, type in the comments if there's something you want me to go over. While I'm good with SEO, I'd say there's many other places that I'm going to share some expertise in. So if you're seeing this and then you've seen some other stuff, don't feel free to shout out in the comments below. After you subscribe, shout out. Feel free to shout out, put in the comments some other things you'd like me to go over from a real estate perspective, how to grow your business. I run a team of 30 plus agents. I've been doing it for quite a few years and love what I do, love the space, and want to help other agents. Because I'll just say this straight up. We're very fortunate to make the change moving over to Real Broker. I am not a big fan of the warm hug, I don't even like going to my brokerage events. I'm not that guy. I actually am that guy in a way, but I just don't have the time for it because I have a big business we're running. And I have a family that I love and want to spend time with. Right. So as much, I'm not a big with the broker all the time kind of thing, but this brokerage has opened up so many opportunities, so many doors. And I think for us looking at it now, we're like, hey, how do we give back? And it's not about join the brokerage, not about, but it's about more like, hey, I don't care what brokerage you're with, right? Premier Plus Realty. It's more like, people that are also passionate about it, people that are also in the same space, like-minded. That's who we want to connect with, because I did proctor conferences super early on in the industry, and I learned straight up that like everything you're learning that was like worthwhile, valuable, was always coming from other agents. It was the agents who were in it, doing it. And I've had many people say it. It's like their brokers, depending on what market they're in, like they're not even buying or selling real estate. They're not doing real estate at all. And they're not running businesses. And like, we're running a business. We're not just buying, selling homes. We're running businesses, competing against some of the biggest businesses in the world, right? Trying to, edge out market share, right? So I think the power of the agent is so important, and that we share and all that. And to end the rant, we just want to, like, not my team, like, we want to give back, connect and grow with other teams, other like-minded agents that want to dominate the space and grow together. So hope you enjoyed